Namaste, precious people, and welcome to today's yoga practice. This sequence is perfect for a late morning or a midday pick-me-up. Come on down to the mat with me, laying on your back. Bend the knees and place your feet as wide as the mat, allowing the knees to tent inward. Place one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly. We all have those days where you want to go back to bed and start the day over, and this is going to satisfy that desire. We don't need to wait for another morning to start over. Every moment is a new moment. Start deepening your breath. Tell yourself that with each breath you are letting go, each breath making you feel more and more present. Send the legs out long, stretch the arms up overhead, full body stretch here, gentle arch in the back, point and flex the toes, wiggle the fingers. Exhale, coming into a little ball, squeezing the knees into the chest. Inhale, send everything long, full body stretch, gentle arch in the back, think cow pose with the spine. And then exhale, curl your knees into your chest. Maybe you want to pick the head up. Inhale, send everything out long, arching the back by pushing the head and tailbone into the floor. And then curling everything in. Send just the left leg out long, squeezing the right knee into your chest. Option to have the head up as well. Taking the right leg across the body, supine twist. Gently grounding through that right shoulder. Changing sides, send the right leg out long, squeeze the left knee into your chest. Right hand will take that left knee across the body. Send the left arm out long, gazing at that hand, grounding through the left shoulder. Release the pose, bend the knees, feet flat on the mat. Send the knees left to right, feeling that rotation deep in the hip. Lingering on one side if it feels like it needs it more than the other. Changing sides at your own pace. Send the feet to the right side of the mat. Shimmying the shoulders to the right side of the mat. Send your arms up overhead, hooking the thumbs. Crescent moon stretch. See if you can really soften through the stomach muscles to feel this deep in the low back. Changing sides, take the feet to the left, shimmy the shoulders to the left, hooking the thumbs, stretching through the entire right side body. Come back to center, squeezing the knees into the chest, crossing the ankles, grabbing the outside of the feet. Start pumping the legs, rolling along the length of the spine, coming all the way up to an easy seat at the front of the mat. Circle sweep the arms up high, bringing them down to meet at prayer at heart center. Extend the left arm out to the side, sending energy out through the center of the palm. Fingers are flexing back towards your face. Bring the right hand to the outside of the temple, taking the ear to the shoulder. Feeling this stretch all the way down the side of the neck through the arm. Breathing away the tension. Releasing the stretch, take your left hand to the side of your neck, massaging and rubbing from the ear all the way down the side of the neck. This is one of my favorite self-soothing techniques. It helps to stimulate the vagus nerve. Changing sides, extend the right arm out to the side, pulling those fingers back towards your face. Send energy out through the center of the palm. Keep the elbow here soft. Take the hand around to the temple, finding a neck stretch. Releasing down, massaging the right side of your neck from the ear all the way down the side of the neck. Move yourself back on the mat so you can extend your legs out long. Ground through the heels and the hips, rapidly bending and extending the knee. Embrace your 2-year-old self here. It should feel pretty good. Inhale, circle, sweep the arms up high, and then hinge at the hip. Come into a seated forward fold. Whatever you want to do, whether it's relish in the stillness, maybe just resting your hands on the ankles or grabbing the bottom of your feet. Whatever micro movements feel good here, go ahead and do them. Inhale to lift the head and shoulders, bringing the legs in for an easy seat. Bring the right forearm behind the back, send the left arm overhead, bending at the elbows. See if the hands want to meet, interlocking the fingertips, or just grabbing your shirt. Find some micro movements here, maybe rotating ever so gently to the left and right. Checking in with the head and neck again. Changing sides, left forearm will come behind the back. Right arm up overhead, bend both elbows. Maybe the fingertips will interlock. Maybe you just grab your shirt. Embrace those micro movements, maybe rotating gently left to right, swaying forward and back. Releasing the stretch. We'll send the legs out long again, cross the right ankle over the left knee. Bring that left foot flat on the mat. Support your weight back on the heels of your hands. Draw some circles with the right toes here, massaging the ankle. Start to move your legs left to right, noticing how that changes the stretch. Switching sides, right leg out long, cross the left ankle over the right knee. Bring that right foot up on the mat. Draw some circles with the left toe, stretching through the left glute. And then gentle movement left to right here. Release the stretch, make your way to all fours. Take the knees as wide as the mat and melt the heart down for child's pose. Whatever variation you want to take here, feel free. I'm taking my gaze up, resting on the chin. But if this doesn't feel good, please respect your limits. Opening up as much as you can through the armpits and shoulders. Walk the hands back to lift the head and chest. Send your weight forward just to curl your toes under, and then send the hips back to stretch through the feet and toes. Walk the hands forward and send the hips up high and back to down dog. Bend the knees and melt the belly and chest down. Wave the body forward to a high plank, slowly lowering all the way down to the belly. Keep the hands in line with the chest and find a little lift with the head and shoulders, engaging the back body for baby cobra. Lowering all the way back down. Push-up or assisted push-up lifts you up. Send the hips back for down dog. Walk the hands back to the feet, forward fold at the back of the mat. Ragdoll, we're going to slowly roll the spine all the way up, taking this as slow as you can. Inhale, circle sweep the arms up high, lowering the hands down to prayer at heart center. We'll walk to the center of our mat, taking the feet as wide as we can, preparing for a wide-legged forward fold. I want you to play around with tilting the pelvis forward and then rounding the pelvis under, noticing how this changes the posture. Hinge at the hip, keeping the core active. Lowering the hands to the mat. Stay here if this is enough for you, or lower the head all the way down to the floor. If you're feeling this a lot in your knees, shift your weight ever so gently forward, spreading through the sits bones. Turn the heels in, and we're going to root to rise. Engage your core to lift yourself all the way up. Bring your feet a little bit closer together, a little more than hip width apart. We're going to find a variation of chair pose. Take one hand to the knee, crossing the arms. Find that oppositional force, so your hands are pulling your knees in and then your knees are pushing your hands apart. This should feel really good in the upper back and the tops of the traps and shoulders. Release one arm, extending it up to the sky, and then bringing it on top of or underneath, just changing sides. Extend one arm up towards the sky. Come all the way up. Take the arms like you're taking off a shirt. Find your expression of star pose. This can look kind of silly, but if you do it right, it'll feel amazing. So keep the elbows bent. Find that energy in the palms and the hands. Lift the heart, ground down through the back body. Be here for this moment, taking up space. Step to the top of the mat. Arms out in front of you. Interlace the fingers, leaving just the index and thumb extended. Hinge at the hip, coming all the way down to a seat on the mat. Slowly rolling all the way down. Extending the legs out long. Rolling through the ankle. Kick the feet up, grabbing the outside of the feet, happy baby. Rocking a little left to right, maybe extending one leg, then the other. And finally settling in for our final pose, Savasana. Push into the head and pelvis to snuggle in the shoulder blades. Letting your body grow heavy and just enjoying a few moments of peace and quiet where you don't do absolutely anything. Roll to one side, resting your head on your arm. Pushing yourself up to an easy seat. From my heart to yours, thank you so much for practicing yoga with me today. Please take care of yourself, and until next time, may you be well, happy, and at peace.